Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first down, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A gain of 11 that time, and it goes first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Let's go now. 19, Dragons, 60, 18, run. 60, broadcast.
Now it's Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
A 3-yard pickup.
Buffalo 8, nothing, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Ty Felton, already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nice footwork at the 25. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 72 yards. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give them a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
Cup 19.
Richardson now throwing to start the drive. Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
19, Charger, 19.
Richardson going to change the play here.
18, 5 years.
Now Richardson from the gun, he'll throw. That one complete to the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw now on first down. Now he's going to step up and run. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it another eventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
79, Panther 11, Panther 11. Hurt. Ready.
Looking to throw again on second down. Richardson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
No, Rig. 70 Lions. Buffalo 18.
A final shot before the half. Richardson lets one go downfield for Pierce. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, as time expires in the first half. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. Now, a little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the book.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
And he will get into
zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Well, I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Again, it's Taylor. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Now Richardson going to shift things up.
18, 19 Lions.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man, that's Felton.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hurt. Hey, hurt. Panther 11, Panther 11. Hawks, Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got his open man. It's Mallory. This is 2nd and 8.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On the pickup. It's 2nd
Reno,
and 8
Reno.
at the 27-yard line.
Running left, Taylor. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Warren, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts add 6 to their lead. Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
The score, Colts 41, Lions 31. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. They find some open field here. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, that offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the third quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick six.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's across the 40 for the extra yards to the 43. 132 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
To throw is gone. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been...
And in for the Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Richardson going to move them around.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Dragon 60. Ready?
Here's Richardson throwing to start the drive. Got a man, that's Leggett. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Cowboy 80.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
1st and 10 at the 47.
Richardson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Ty Felton with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
For the extra point.
Extra point splits the uprights. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Boy, 179 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better really as the night's gone on. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Another run for Gibbs here. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Second and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And pass caught. It's Williams. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 24-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Montgomery is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Gibbs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. This likely a must-have, third and goal. One of the tight ends comes in motion. Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown! Oronde Gadsden taking it in. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
Got it. Ready?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6.
19, 79 Broncos.
Now Richardson. Down the field, he's got Warren. Big strides, look at him go. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Warren with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Williams to return. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Goff. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense. Another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Gone. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And there's the part of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Ready, set. 19 Lions. Ready. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Let's go.
Richardson looking to throw this. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Here's Richardson to throw. That one completes illegal. Almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
But it's fourth down.
Ready.
And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains.
It's a gain of 2.
Cooper 19. Panther 11. Cut 19. Cut 19. Tight. 19. Mustang 19.
Back to throw now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready. Check Cougar 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
Now it's Richardson. And will be intercepted. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. Williams brings it in. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun. Goff. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Tiger.
To the air again. Goff. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Goff now looking to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Louis. 180.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Into the hands of Williams across the formation.
The Lions Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
19, 7, 19, 18. 19, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Richardson looking to throw.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Get up. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Richardson going to change the play here.
60 Bobcat, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game 1 of many to come sitting next to you. Really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season.